All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this Sunday afternoon. My name is Jill Carey, and I am one of the virtual dog adoption volunteers here at City Dogs Rescue. We are a nonprofit DC-based rescue for dogs and cats. Like I said, we're a rescue, not a shelter. So all of our furry friends come from high kill or overcrowded rescue or shelters, but they get placed into foster homes here throughout the DMV. You'll be meeting some of them today, along with 8 of our pups. You'll each have about 5 minutes. If at any point in time you have any questions, you can go to citydogsrescuedc.org. As each dog comes up, I will also call out their personalized link to their adoption page. And if at any point in time you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments or call them out in the chat, and we will make sure to get those addressed. But we are going to get rolling here with our first gentleman. His name is Peteto, and he is a 3-year-old hound mix from North Carolina, and he's sitting with his foster mom, Kate. Kate, hello, thank you for joining us.
Hello, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So what is your favorite thing about Peteto?
Peteto is an exuberant and enthusiastic guy about like anything. I mean, he loves his people. He's very attached. In my household, we have myself and my husband and a 13-year-old daughter and my 11-year-old son and another dog. And he is just thrilled about all of us when we come in, when we come out of a bedroom and into a space where he is, like, he is just thrilled. And he's just exuberant about anything. Like if he's hanging out upstairs and my husband's going to go make oatmeal, Peteto is like, yes, let's go make some oatmeal. And we'll, watch him make oatmeal. He's always thrilled to go for a walk. He would love to be in the car more often than he is here. Just now, my husband took our car out and he heard and he didn't get to go. And so then we were walking down our street, and every car we went by, he was like, can we get in this one? Can we get in this car? Just like, doesn't care where the car is going to go. He's just wants to go along, whatever it is. Yeah, he's being super cute.
He's being
yeah, and so he's just really exuberant. He makes you feel loved, and he's just happy. Whatever you want to do, he's down for it. He'll do it too. But because he's an adult, he also he's not underfoot all the time. He'll go and settle, but yeah, he's happy to hang out. He's a good guy.
Speaking of Up for Anything, I heard Peteto had a very fun day today. Can you tell me a little bit about what he did?
Yes, so Peteto made his first cooking video. We've noticed he has interest in culinary arts because he will taste anything. My husband maybe has a little bit too much fun with this, but my dog is already a vegetable eater. She loves cauliflower, raw cabbage. So that's standard stuff we let the dogs try, and some of our fosters are like, gross, no. And some are more into it, and he will taste anything. I think my husband was letting him sniff a banana pepper, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna bite it, I'm gonna eat it. And he ate it, and we were like, whoa, we didn't think you would do that. He doesn't like lettuce and parsley. So anyway, so he likes eating, he likes trying stuff. So he did a cooking video today where he made a carrot cake, a doggy carrot cake. And so hopefully that's going to be coming out on the social media. He did such a good job filming it. When you see it, you can see that he's being corrected throughout the cooking process. Like he's on a leash, because I thought he would be really full body baker. And he was not. And he did really well when he was being corrected, told I got to put the next stuff in. And the person correcting him was my 13-year-old daughter. And he's doing a really great job. When she tells him to back off, to wait, he does a really good job. And so notice that when you see his video, his recipe is not super specific and involves bacon grease and a carrot cake. So I don't know that you want to eat it, but he says it's wonderful, and he's going to share it with his buddy. Right. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So you mentioned that you have kids in the house and another dog. What kind of home do you think Peteto would thrive in?
I think he would do well in a busy home, because he is such an exuberant guy. I work all day, and he just sits there and he sleeps. He knows to sleep. The kids are at school, he's asleep. And then, the kids come home and it's awake time. But he does like an active home. He likes to, do stuff, see stuff, say hi to people. His exuberance, well, the one thing we're working on is that it can kind of spill into being a little too exuberant outside. He's progressed a lot in that he used to be so excited about every dog he would bark at the dog. We're working on not barking when other dogs bark at us, but he's a pretty vocal guy. So a quieter area is probably good. We're in suburbs, but in a townhouse. We're out in Reston. So it's like not super dense, but a little bit dense. He sees dogs and stuff every day. So he's working on it, but slightly quieter area.
So Kate, what is your favorite way to spend time with Geppetto?
I love walking dogs. And so even though we're working on some stuff, I enjoy, he's really pretty easy to walk. I enjoy walking with him. And he's cute. He knows I have treats. And so sometimes he'll be like, do you see me? I'm being like such a good boy right now. And then he gets some treats just for making his contact. Yeah, I like walking with him, right? I do like him just next to me when I'm working. But the rest of my family is more playful than I am. That's kind of the role they take, but he's happy to play with them. He likes playing tug games. Not super into fetch, but he likes chasing. Yeah, tug games or like wrestling games or whatever, but I'm not really that person for him, right? We walk, we eat, yeah, we work.
Well, thank you so much for sharing Geppetto with us. If you are interested in learning more about this 3-year-old Geppetto, you can go to bit.ly/adopt Geppetto. That's bit.ly/adopt GEPETTO. Or you can find him on citydogsrescue.org. Thank you, Kate and Geppetto.
Thank you.
Next up, we have a very good girl named Demi. Demi and Desmond, if you are here, let's take a look. It doesn't look like they have been able to join yet, so we are going to bop right over to Coco, who is coming with us from her foster family with Courtney. Coco, if you wouldn't mind popping up, there you are. So Coco is, yep, we can see you. Thank you. Coco is a 10-year-old female who's a 47-pound boxer mix. And if you were interested in adopting Coco, she is at a reduced adoption fee. So hello, Courtney. Hello, Coco. Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
Courtney, off the bat, could you tell me what your favorite thing about Coco is?
Yeah, so my favorite thing about Coco is how affectionate she is. She is, if you can't tell, she is a huge snuggler. This is her default position right here. If you are on the couch, if you are someone who lets dogs sleep in the bed, she would love that. No matter where you're sitting, she just likes to hop right up and snuggle and put her head in your lap.
That's awesome. Such a nice thing to have in a dog. I know you have some kids and some other pets running around the house. How does Coco interact with them?
So I actually don't have any kids. It's okay. Her previous foster had 2 kids. And so it was, she said that I think they were 7 and 10 around that age. And she said that they were great with her children. She actually would sleep in the bed with her 7-year-old at night, was very gentle, very good. So I think, she would be great around kids. I have 2 dogs. I have 2 hound dogs, and she does really well with them. She is they've been kind of just coexisting a lot of the time, but she's starting to actually play with them a little bit and like figure out how to play with other dogs, which has been really cool to see that kind of unfold. But yeah, they all live like really peacefully together. We haven't had any problems at all.
That's awesome. So good to hear. So if somebody was trying to win over Coco, what is the way to her heart?
The way to her heart is definitely through pets and snuggles. If she just wants to be scritched as much as possible. And it's also actually been kind of cool because the longer she's been here and the more comfortable she gets, she's also been becoming a lot more playful too. So this is kind of like her one mode where she likes to lay with you, snuggle, get some scritches, but then she also gets these like really fun bursts of energy. And I have a couple, I think there's a couple videos posted on the website where she'll just like suddenly get the zoomies and start running around. Or she has started to play with toys more often, and she'll come and she'll pick up a toy and she'll have like a little burst of energy, and we'll play tug of war for like 10 minutes or so, and then she's like kind of ready to rest again. So yeah, so she's been a really good combination of loving snuggles, but then also loving her little playtime as well.
That's so good to hear. What are her favorite toys or treats to play with?
So her favorite, she'll eat anything, like literally probably anything that's edible. And this is her favorite toy that I have discovered. As you can see, she likes to play tug of war with these like fun little mitten things. But this has been her toy. I haven't tried a ball or anything with her yet, but this one has been a big hit.
So cute. You can tell how much she loves it.
Yeah.
What would you like Coco's future family to know about her?
I think that I would like them to know that, you know, she is really sweet. She's a really adaptable dog. Like, I think that she would probably do well in a variety of homes. I live in the city. I live in a quieter area of DC, and she's done really well here, like going out on walks. She's kind of a slow walker, so I think if you're looking for a running partner, she's probably not your dog. But she likes to take long, sniffy, slow walks and just like really check out the environment. But I think she would do good with like a single person or a family, older, younger. If you're looking for, you know, kind of a dog that's like a nice balance of playful and just can relax, I think she would be wonderful.
Great. Well, if you are interested in adopting our resident snugglebug, Coco, who's a 10-year-old female, you can go to bit.ly/adopt Coco. That's bit.ly/adopt COCO. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks.
And it looks like next up we have Demi coming in with her foster, Desmond. Desmond, could you pop on camera? Wonderful. Hello. So Demi is a 2-year-old female German Shepherd mix from North Carolina, and she's clocking in at about 70 pounds. Desmond, could you tell us a little bit about Demi's personality?
Yeah, so Demi is here. She's a lovely dog. She's a 2-year-old, as you say, Shepherd mix, and I've had her for since January. And she's really a very, very pleasant dog. She's always in sort of good humor. She has sort of 3 or 4 main interests. She loves chasing squirrels. She loves going to the dog park and playing with other dogs. She likes to go out for any reason at all. And then in the apartment, she's very chill and she sort of sleeps a lot. Or occasionally she plays with toys or with bones, but she's a very nice demeanor, and she's you're very, very well behaved. And what else would I say about her? Just receives a lot of compliments in the neighborhood. So I mean, she's a well received and well regarded dog around town.
We love to meet such a good girl like Demi. What is Demi like out on walks when she's around in the town?
She's very good. I mean, I basically take her out for 2 long walks during the day, and then I take her out for 2 or 3 short, trips around the block. But basically, in the mornings I take her up to Dupont Circle, and she pulls a bit there because she's very excited about squirrels. And then we go to the dog park, and at the dog park, I just let her go, and she gets on very well with all the dogs, and loves playing with all the dogs, and doesn't show any aggression or anything like that. She barks a bit, but I mean, she just loves playing with all the other dogs. And then in the afternoon, I do something similar. I bring her to another dog park, and there's now a number of dogs at this stage who, as well, she's made friends with. You know what I mean? There's dogs that they will recognize. In fact, there's 2 other dogs, and we all go to the one of the parks in the evening on some days, because the 3 dogs sort of like playing with each other. And then during the day, I just walk around the block. and sometimes she might sit out or whatever. But she's a very easy dog to handle.
It seems like she's very relaxed right now. How does Demi do around your house?
Oh, perfectly. So basically, she's on one sofa. There's another sofa here, and she sort of rotates between the two sofas. And then on the carpet, there's some toys, and she occasionally plays with the toys. I wouldn't want to say she's like very keen on playing with toys. She tends to. I mean, her current pose would be, when she's in the apartment, a lot of the time she'd be just sort of lying down. She'd go to sleep a lot, and then in the mornings. Around in the mornings are around 5 o'clock. If I'm not ready on time, she'll be into my room or into my office, and she'll be sort of sniffing around or poking me, reminding me it's time to either be fed or go for a walk. Yeah, but she's a wonderful dog.
Awesome. If Demi could describe her dream home, what do you think it would look like?
I think her dream home. I think she'd fit into any home. But I think her dream home would be a home potentially with another dog. I think potentially with a yard or something would be good. So because she likes being out. I think any number of people, one or more, she's very happy with them. She's okay with other animals. I've never seen her with a cat, but there was somebody who minded her for a weekend, and she had a cat, and she told me that she was fine with the cat. I think she'd fit into any environment, but I mean, if you take her, the things which I know she likes most are, like chasing squirrels or being outside, playing with other dogs. I think that would be the ideal. But I mean, I think she would fit in. I mean, she's in an apartment with me. There's no other animals, and she's been fine.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for letting us get to know Demi a little bit better. If anybody is interested in learning more about this 2-year-old female German Shepherd mix, Demi is available for adoption at bit.ly/adoptdemi, which is bit.ly/adoptdemi, DEMI. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay, thank you.
Next up, we have another 2-year-old female named Dolly. Dolly and Sophie is with Dolly today.
Yes.
If you guys don't mind popping on camera.
I'm here. I don't know if you'll be able to see her super well. She's having her 4 p.m. sun bath.
No worries. So like I said, Dolly is another 2-year-old female hound mix. And she is basking in that afternoon sunshine right now. Sophie, you've had Dolly for about a month, right?
I've had her about 2 weeks, actually. I think she came to DC on April 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What has it been like getting to know her?
Oh, she's been the sweetest. She's super affectionate. I think when she first arrived, she was definitely a little bit scared. So it took some patience for her to get comfortable. She just was in her shell a little bit, but once she got comfortable and I started to really see her personality, she's been so playful and so snuggly. Obviously you can see she loved literally 4 p.m. every day. It's like right around 4 is when the sun hits this exact spot and she has to be here. So it's felt really good to see her feel comfortable and really start to enjoy herself. But she's incredibly, incredibly chill.
That's awesome. What would you say is your favorite thing about Dolly?
Oh, gosh, she's just so sweet. She's so affectionate. But she's really friendly on walks. She still has some kind of hesitation with certain noises on the street, but she loves people and dogs. And so it's really fun to take her out around the neighborhood, and she'll go up and greet people and dogs. And so, she's helped me make some friends around the neighborhood. And just to see, there's definitely certain dogs and certain humans that she particularly connects with. So it's cute to see her develop these preferences and make her own little puppy friendships.
Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit more about how Dolly is around other dogs?
I mean, she loves other dogs. I think a lot of it depends on the personality of the other dog. She's very adaptable. There's I live in kind of a small apartment building, and we have an enclosed rooftop. And sometimes the building dogs will go up there and just hang out. And so there's a few dogs that just like to go on the roof and just lie down and chill and sniff. And if that's the vibe, then that's what she's happy to do. Sometimes there's dogs that want to chase each other and play a little bit. And it's really fun to see her get into that. Like she does these little hops when she's really excited. So she's pretty adaptable to whatever the other dogs are doing.
That's awesome. What do you think is a way to win over Dolly's heart for her future forever family?
Oh my gosh. Definitely head pets. Like she loves this. And she'll come up to me, especially if I'm sitting like typing on my computer, she'll just put her nose under my hand to encourage me to pet her. But she's also very into chicken. So if there's something you would like her to do, chicken, a little piece of chicken is like an automatic yes for her.
I'm the same way. So that's so good. How has it been with having her for the past 2 weeks and training her? Has she been responsive?
Yeah, I think we spent a good chunk of this time just like making sure she felt relaxed and comfy. But she's incredibly well house trained. Like she's never ever had an accident inside. She's very well crate trained. Again, if you just put a little chicken in there and she'll go. She does some funny ways of sitting. Like she kind of will like lean to the side, but she can do it. It just looks goofy. But the fact that she loves chicken and treats so much it makes it really easy.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much for letting us get to know her a little bit better. If anybody else is interested in 2-year-old Dolly, who is a 40-pound hound mix, you can find her at bit.ly/adoptable Dolly. That is bit.ly/adoptable DOLLY. Thank you so much for letting us get to know her.
Thank you.
Next up, we have another very good boy named Dudley, who's coming to us with Elizabeth. If you guys could pop on camera.
Oh, hold on. Let me figure out how to turn the camera around.
You got it.
There we go. Sorry. So this is Dudley. He's taking his afternoon nap. Yeah, where do you want to start?
Dudley is another hound mix, correct?
That's correct.
Yes, and he's a 3-year-old. Could you just tell us a little bit more about what Dudley's like?
Sure. So Dudley has lots of energy. He likes to run around and play with toys. He doesn't have a very long attention span for a toy, though. He'll pick one up and, if you throw him a toy, he'll go get it and chew on it for a couple seconds, and then he's ready for the next one. We haven't gotten to the bringing it back part of fetch yet. He'll go chase it, but not quite fetch it yet. We've been working on sit. So he'll sit pretty well for you if you have a treat. And if there's not something more interesting going on, he gets a little distracted when we're outside on walks and stuff. So that's Dudley.
What is Dudley's favorite way to spend a day?
Oh, that's a good question. So I think he would probably really like to play with other dogs. Unfortunately, my dog is old and doesn't want to play with him. So given that constraint, he does like to go outside. He likes to be taken for walks. He likes to be active. And then after being active for a while, he likes to curl up on the couch like you see him now.
Don't we all? What do you think makes Dudley so lovable?
He's very sweet. He does this very cute thing where he will stretch, and it's kind of like a upward dog stretch from yoga. So his back legs are low, but he stretches into you so that his head is coming into your lap so you can pet him while he stretches.
So
very sweet.
Cute. What would you like Dudley's future forever home to know about him?
So I think he would do really well with a home with people and or another dog who would love to play with him and have time, lots of time to play with him. He definitely wants some attention and he wants to play. And then he is a chewer, so I would want them to know, make sure you have lots of toys on hand and hide your shoes. He actually, okay, he steals shoes. He has actually not really chewed on shoes yet, but I get to take them away as soon as he gets them. So put your shoes in a closet and let him know what toys he can chew on, and he should be good to go.
You mentioned that Dudley likes to be outside. How is he on walks?
He still needs a little bit of work on walks. He has lots of energy. He gets very excited when he sees other dogs. He gets sometimes he gets pretty excited just seeing other people out on walks. We're working on that. But he does. I have a little backyard, so he likes to go out and sunbathe in the backyard. And he does like to go for walks, but it's a little bit of work. We need to work. I'm working with him on that. So
he's still young.
Yes.
Well, if anybody is interested in this sleepy little cinnamon roll named Dudley, who is a 3-year-old hound mix, you can find him at bit.ly/adoptdudley. That's bit.ly/adopt DUDLEY. Thank you so much for letting us get to meet Dudley.
Thank you.
And next up, we have Kylo. Kylo is joining us with his foster, Viv.
Hey, how are you today?
Hello.
Here is, shout out. Here we have adorable Kylo, the red one. And he is looking for his forever home. He's been at Camp Harper here with me for a year. And he is the sweetest, most adorable dog ever, other than the two I have. And his favorite thing to do is to play, nap, and cuddle.
Oh, lovely. I love Kylo's eyes. They just look so gorgeous. Can you tell me a little bit more about what makes Kylo so special?
It took Kylo 2 weeks. Well, Kylo doesn't actually have a tail. He's only got a little bit of a tail.
Oh,
and it took 2 weeks before he actually wagged his tail in my house. It took him 2 weeks to get settled in and used to it. He's pretty nervous and had a lot of anxiety when he first moved in. But the moment that Kylo wagged his tail, I think was the most exciting moment ever. So I knew that he was finally relaxed. And so whoever he goes to has to be very patient with him because he'd had a rough life. I guess he's missing a tail. He's had a few little incidents. So they have to be very patient with him. And he needs a house with a yard. He loves playing with other dogs. So he's going to be the perfect dog for somebody.
Awesome. Love getting to see him outside. Viv, would you just mind rotating your phone to landscape mode so we get a full shot? Perfect. Thank you. So I see that you have some other dogs around Kylo. What is he like with other dogs?
He loves other dogs. Yesterday, he went to a friend's house and I just let him right in the backyard and they immediately started wrestling. The other dog thought that the other dog was the alpha. And, Kylo just sort of was like, okay, that's nice. You can do whatever you want to me. So Kylo really had no opinion. And here, Kylo. Sit. There you go. Good boy.
What a boy.
And yeah, like right now they're getting treats and everybody, is sort of behaving. He loves other dogs. Him and, occasionally there's like they growl at each other, but it's interesting that once there's a growl, they all understand it and everybody goes back to playing. And so he goes to daycare once a week when the cleaning lady's here because he likes to help her. And, but no, he loves other dogs.
Wonderful. When do you think Kylo is happiest?
Either when sprinting through the yard or cuddled up. He doesn't sleep beside you. He sleeps on top of you. So he actually melts on you. So when you're lying in bed, he cuddles up beside you or on top of you and then like melts off of you. So it is he's like either a heating blanket or a security blanket.
Oh, I love that. It sounds so nice to have around. What kind of forever home do you think Kylo would thrive in?
Kylo's be good at a house that has another dog just to keep him entertained. A tired Kylo is a good Kylo because he does like to chew on things. But he doesn't go in a crate. He's out. He's fine during the day as long as there's nothing he can chew on. Him and the other two dogs sleep on the couch. He would be okay with older kids. He's just too enthusiastic sometimes with younger ones. He loves them too much. And he doesn't understand that he's 80 pounds. So older kids, when my niece and nephew come to visit who are teenagers, he spends the entire time snuggling with them.
So nice. So I know you mentioned that you've had Kylo for about a year now. What would you like his forever home to know? Any messages out there to people who are interested in Kylo?
They just have to be patient. Like I mentioned, they have to be patient with him at first. He's a very nervous boy at first and barks. So you need somewhere that doesn't have shared walls with anybody because the neighbors will hate him. Mm-hmm. But after a week or so, he settled into my house and was the neighbor's dog just started barking and he didn't even pay attention. Mm-hmm. He just needs somebody who's going to cuddle with him, spoil him, and understand that, he had a rough life to start with, and now he's got to be spoiled as much as possible. And when he looks at you with his eyes,
that cute face. Yeah, can't get enough of it. He is just the most handsome boy.
We think, Kylo, you go boy, you go boy. Yeah, you are.
Oh,
yes.
My goodness.
I mean, I can't say no.
He knows. He's showboating right now for sure.
Oh, he totally is.
Love
he knows
it.
He's got pearly white teeth. Don't talk. We're not talking right now. Okay.
Well, thank you, Viv, and thank you, Kylo, for speaking with us today. If you are interested in this adorable boy named Kylo, you can find him at bit.ly/adopt Kylo. That is bit.ly/adopt Kylo, KYLO. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Right. And next up, we have a lovely little girl named Lady. Lady is coming to us with Sandra. Let's see, there they are. Lady is a 1-year-old female 20-pound beagle mix who looks very sleepy right now. But could you tell us a little bit about Lady's personality? Oh, I think you might be on mute still.
Okay, so when I fostered before, I was always looking for animals that were older than 2 years. But when I took in Lady, she was, well, they say that she's actually 7 months, and that can be plus or minus. And she's just been an awesome puppy. She doesn't even seem like a puppy because she is so well behaved. She is very energetic, so that's really important. She loves to be outside. She loves to lay in the sun. She loves to go on walks. We walk three times a day. She gets along very well with my male dog. Well, both dogs, but my male dog, she thinks that is her playmate. So they will play for hours on end. And she does really well walking on a leash. She has her little harness. And she, the only thing, like when walking, if she sees a squirrel or something, she'll want to, instinct kicks in and she'll want to pursue the squirrel, but she's only 25 pounds. So she does pretty good with, when you just hug her back and tell her to leave it, she does pretty good with that. She's very silly. She's always doing something that makes you laugh, just super goofy. And you definitely have to have a lot of time and patience for her. She's constantly seeking attention. I heard one of the other fosters say that it's important that they have a chew toy or something. She loves to play with toys and she loves to chew on things. She hasn't done any damage to anything. She just, I think the main thing is just having something readily available, or she will try to find something. She's done the same thing where she's gone and gotten socks out of the laundry room basket and stuff, and she's not damaging them or anything, but she just wants something to play with constantly. So and when we first got her, she was very anxious. When she would sleep, she needed like something in her mouth. So she would like kind of put the blanket in her mouth, and but we haven't seen that since she's gotten really comfortable here. She also will finish off my other dog's food. So as soon as she's done eating, I have to put her in her crate so that she doesn't eat my other dog's food until they finish. What else do I want to say? This is like her favorite spot. She sleeps in a crate at night, so she usually goes to bed after our last walk in the evening. She does her business and she's in her crate from about 9 until 7 in the morning. And then she's pretty much gotten into my routine of I get up at 7, so every morning she starts whining and it's time to go outside. And we do our morning walk, and she's in the crate until from about 8:30 until noon when my daughter gets home. She doesn't bark or howl or anything like that, so she's very good in the crate. But definitely anybody who's looking at adopting her, as soon as she gets out of the crate, I would recommend taking her right outside, at least, you know, to make sure that she's in the habit of where she needs to go. She had one accident the first day we got her, and that was, I feel like, my fault. My dogs obviously are able to hold their potty longer. They're 7, and just for her, I was thinking, well, you know, she doesn't need to go yet, and she did. So, and we keep, for the most part, unless she's right in our sight, we keep her leash on, attached to her harness, so I can pretty much know where she is in the house, because you can hear the trail of the leash behind her. And we keep like all our bedroom doors and everything closed because the rest of the house is hardwood. So even if she was going to have an accident, she couldn't do much damage to anything. Yeah, she just, anybody who's interested in having a little beagle and loving the joy of having so many laughs every day and just being overwhelmed with her goofiness, she's the right fit for them.
She sounds like a very playful pup. Can you tell me a little bit more about what makes her so goofy?
Well, like, so she likes to, like, I heard other people say, she likes to like sit on you. She likes to sit on my other dogs. She it seems like when you're like she'll like move her head side to side. Like if you're watching TV, it looks like she's watching TV. She's like moving her head side to side, like she's actually listening to what they're saying. So she just, it's just so goofy, the things that she does. I can't even think of everything that she's done. Oh, she loves to look at herself in the mirror. She thinks that she's just the most precious looking thing. Definitely earns the name Lady in that sense. Sometimes we also think that she should be named something like, I don't want to say Houdini, but she can try, like when you're holding her and stuff, she can try to get herself out of interesting situations and put herself in interesting situations. The other day she was trying to munch on her harness here, and she got her jaw like stuck on the harness and everything. So she's trying, she was a mess. And so yeah, she just does things that just crack you up, but she has the funniest like little spots and the little feet and things like that. And she's just a goofball.
Lovely. Well, if anybody out there is interested in this playful puppy named Lady, you can find her at bit.ly/CDCK Lady. That's bit.ly/CDCKLADY. Thank you so much for letting us get to know this little puppy named Lady.
Definitely.
And last up, we have Mariposa, who is coming to us with her foster, Jane. If you could pop on screen.
Hi. For some reason, it's not letting me access my camera here. Hello?
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We just can't see you at the moment.
Okay, let me see what I can do for some reason. Give me 1 second to see if I can get my camera set up here. Sorry about that.
No worries. Take your time. While we figure out the camera, I'll tell you guys a little bit about Mariposa. She is about an 8 or 9-year-old. We're not completely sure, but she's a 55-pound Dalmatian mix. She's very, very pretty. You guys are going to be so excited when you get to see her. And because she is on the older side, she is available for a reduced senior adoption fee. We're hoping that we'll be able to pull her up shortly. If not, I will see if I can pull up a picture of her. While we're waiting to see if Mariposa can join. This is the adorable Mariposa. She is so cute, just the sweetest face. And
okay, you should be able to see. Can you see the video now? Oh,
yes,
that's me.
Perfect. Now we can see you. If you want to just turn your camera.
There we go. So here's Mariposa.
There she is.
She's there. She is. She's very sweet. She's very calm, actually. Usually there she goes. This time of night, it's very exciting because dinner's in about a half an hour. Right. And there she's saying hi to my husband who just got home. Usually around this time, they start getting up. She and our other dog start lobbying for dinner. They actually go over to the cabinet where the food is and try to push the cabinet open to get the food out in case we forget, because they're pretty sure we're never going to remember to give them dinner. Mariposa is really calm. She does like these toys. This is a little squirrel toy that she likes to play with a lot of the time. We've had her for about 6 weeks. She was a little anxious when she got here, and she was a little barky and wasn't so great in a crate. She's the first of our foster dogs ever to never have an accident in the house. So she obviously had been house trained, but she was a little nervous, but she settled down very quickly. She doesn't spend a lot of time in the crate. She sleeps in the crate. And if we go out, we leave her in the crate, but that's just because we have another dog here, and I'm still a little nervous about leaving the 2 dogs alone in the house together, although they get along very well most of the time. Every once in a while, if there's something they both want, they'll start growling, but it's very easy to break up. But yeah, so she sleeps in the crate all night long.
She looks so cute. Would you mind just rotating your phone for me so we fill the whole screen with her adorableness?
There you go. Now she's on the move. She's going over to say hi. Like I said, she's lobbying Warren for dinner right now. And let's see, she's very good with our routine. As I said, we put her in a crate sometime around 10:30, give her a treat, and then she stays in the crate until I get up in the morning. We get up and then we like to go on 2 walks a day. She likes to go on 2 walks a day. They're not fast walks. But she's very cute. One of the things she does when she's very excited, she hops up and down on 2 legs. So she gets very excited and she'll hop up and down on her hind legs because it's time to do something exciting. Like now it's clearly dinner lobbying time. So she's been very easy except for the early barking. She's been a very easy dog. We have a backyard and she likes to go out in the backyard. She was a little bit of a puller when we first got her. But we got a easy walk harness, and that's been great. Once she got the easy walk harness, there she goes. Now it's time to play with the squirrel. So she likes playing with her other dog. They don't play a lot. You can see they're very comfortable with each other. They kind of act as a pack, but they're not super playful. And we can leave her alone for we haven't left her alone longer than 4 hours. But I work from home, but we try to be good about making sure with her and our other dog, we don't want them to become kind of the pandemic puppies that can't stay alone. So we try to make sure they get left alone in the home for a couple hours each day. So, and she's gotten to our routine and she hasn't been a problem. She's very nice. She's very gentle. I took her up to a little art show today where my neighbor was exhibiting art, and she said hi to a lot of people and said hi to a lot of dogs. I've never heard her bark at another dog. and she's very friendly, and the kids on the corner all like her. They grab her when they grab her when she comes, and now she's looking for food. Mariposa, no, 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 no. See, yeah, there's dinner's prepped on the counter. So anyway, so yeah, so she's a very easy dog. She'll go. The dogs like to go in and out a few times a day, or a few times an hour some of the time, because they like to lie in the sun in the yard. So they'll go out and lie in the sun for a while, then they'll come back in.
Lovely. Well, she seems like the sweetest thing. If Mariposa could talk to us, what do you think she would tell us about herself?
We always want to know that too, like where she came from. I think she's pretty happy here. I think she seems to be very content. I think she'd say this is a nice place. I like having another dog around. I like getting a couple of walks a day. I don't need that much attention. But certainly whenever, she's glad to see us when we come home, and she likes to get petted for a while, but then she'll go and lie down. So I think she feels pretty comfortable here now. So I think a home like this would be a good home for her, but I think she'd be very, she's very easygoing. So I think she could fit into a lot of different situations. So.
That's so great to hear. If anybody is interested in this easygoing, relaxed lady named Mariposa, who is a senior Dalmatian mix, you can find her at bit.ly/adopt Mariposa. That's bit.ly/adopt Mariposa. And again, she is available for that reduced adoption fee. Thank you so much for letting us meet Mariposa.
Thank you.
And thank you to all of our fosters and the wonderful dogs that we got to meet today. As a reminder, if you are interested in any of these dogs or any other of our wonderful dogs that we have available for adoption, you can find them at citydogsrescuedc.org. If you're not quite ready to make the commitment to a dog, you can also become a foster, like one of the fosters you just met today, or become a volunteer like me. We're always happy to have extra hands on deck. Thank you so much for listening today. If you have any questions, please check out our website, Facebook, or Instagram, and enjoy the rest of your